What's going on, YouTubers? Out here again today, most of the morning, this afternoon, this evening, yada yada yada, working on the Valiant, some odds and ends. Haven't been able to do a couple of video for a while. We had a lot of rain, cold days. I've been working a lot at work, even though I'm part-time. They got me working a little bit more than what maybe part-time hours would normally be consist of, but anyway, I guess more money anyway, especially on weekends where I work. But anyway, I'll just show you what I've been doing all day. Got the radiator out, got it painted both sides, top and bottom, with Rust-Oleum grill paint, high heat, ultra. Anyway, got the harmonic balancer all painted. Got the pulley on the alternator painted. Some dipwad decided to put the wrong size belt on this. I got the correct belt size on the dart, so I'll just copy the number down and give it to O'Reilly's. This one made the alternator basically be pushed clear up against the engine, which you know it's supposed to be over here. Anyway, got that fixed, or going to get it fixed, I should say. Anyway, got the I don't know if you see it there. The sun's back behind the house, behind the trees, so you really can't see it. But there's the emblems finished, clear coated. Got the blue anodized and the red anodized paint in there. I'll do a video tomorrow on just the emblems and the dog dish hubcaps, but that'd be that video specific on them two items. But this video is going to kind of cover a variety of stuff today. Still got to paint the inside of the letters on the emblems up on the top of the hood there. Went ahead, got these all painted in today, but I got to go around here when they dry, about a day or two. And with the X-Acto blade, I found out if you take the X-Acto blade, come in on the side flat-wise, and barely scrape, since this sheet metal area is higher than the pressed, the stamped-in lettering, it'll actually scrape off the excess paint and sharpen up the letters. I got the painting done on this side and the other trim piece today. Same thing with this one. Come back in here and just scrape around the edges, because that X-Acto blade, as long as you're just going with the brushing of the metal, you're not going to leave scratches and stuff. But anyway, clean this one up. There's the emblem. This looks a lot better back here, but like I said in the video I'll do tomorrow, in the sunlight, show how this looks. But I got that all done up. There you go. A little bit better. Let's see here. There you go. I put the light on. Took several coats of the blue to make it an even color, because it was pretty transparent. The red not so much. I did 2 or 3 coats of the red also, and 3 to 4 coats of the blue. And then what I had to do is I had to come in after a few days of curing and harden up with the X-Acto blade. I had to come in and run a cut down between where this chrome trim comes down and meets the paint, and then scrape off anything that might have got extra, even though I taped it off. And here is the dog dish hubcaps finished. All this stuff got clear coated. This right here, VHT high temp wheel paint, gloss clear. Got these all done, cleaned up. As you can see, they're if you don't see it on camera, but these are a tiny bit splotchy, like this one here. You can just barely see the little splotch in there where it didn't get covered 100%, maybe like 95%. This one's a lot. These others are a lot better, more evenly coated. I mean, it's not, you ain't gonna be able to see it once they're on the car unless you get like right up like this and look at them. Unless you're like a judge at a car show or something and they want to nitpick at that stuff. But anyway, Bought some clear masking. It's not the Frisk stuff used for airbrushing and whatnot, or auto body, but I put a sheet out over the top and then come right here along the top of this ring, middle of this ring, and cut that out and peel that circular section of clear off, and sprayed all the clear coat over all the center section. Anyway, got that done. Let's see what else. So I got the, while it was sunny out here today, I also got the Slant6 pulley cleaned up, and all this black on these parts, and like I said, the lettering and stuff has been painted by Rust-Oleum industrial grade spray can gloss black. The alternator bracket, the fan. This fan I don't believe is factory. I think this is from the 70s. Because I think it was meant to have a clutch go on the back of it, but because my Slant6 one had a, I believe it was a 4-blade. This one's let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7 blade. Probably for like a factory air conditioning car. Right here, there's the Chrysler, or let's see if I can get it to focus here. This stupid thing. There we go. Anyway, as you can see, there it is. 46237 is the part number. But I got that all painted. Got the here, hold on a minute, sorry. Shut the camera light off. Anyway, buddy Steve up in Springfield, Missouri, had some leftover parts from his project that he didn't need, Slant6 stuff. He's building a, I believe it's a 73 Duster with a 340 or a 360 standard shift, 3-speed or 4-speed on the floor. Anyway, he's working on all that stuff. I'll see if he wants me to do a video on that or not. I still got to do a video over at Mike's, the guy that builds, the Mopar guy that builds the transmissions. He built my transmission for me. He's got that 1970 Plymouth Duster with the shark's tooth grill and the built 383 big block that he did, and the whole 9 yards. That's a little street peeler. Maybe I can get a video before it gets too cold of him talking about the car, show you guys the car, get him to fire it up for us. You'd be surprised. He lives in a subdivision in downtown Springfield, but the neighbors don't care about the noise from the car. They love it. They like him to crank it up and rev it up and stuff. But so you know he's got good neighbors. But anyway, back to the Slant6 stuff. I'm taking out the early 60s 904 automatic. It's got the trunnion universal joint up front, and I'm going to if somebody's looking for that transmission and that drive shaft, let me know. They can have it for a few bucks or whatever. They have to be coming through my area. You know, we can work something out, whatever. I don't have any more use for it. The reason I'm doing that is I'm going to, the parts that Steve gave me is from early to mid 70s A body. It's a 904 automatic. It was a good running transmission. And the drive shaft out of it, I believe it was a 4-door car that they got all the stuff from. Transmission's got a torque converter, factory torque converter with it. So he worked me out a real good deal on all that stuff, including that that late 60s yeah, anyway, there was another part that I got for him, but anyway, got the this section painted, cleaned up and painted today, and some people may laugh, some people maybe go, what the heck Or maybe some people might like it. Maybe they think it's cool. I decided to do something a little different with the drive shaft. It's an upgrade that's gonna be going into the Valiant. Part of the Slant6 stuff from the 70s. I got it all scrubbed down, sanded, and cleaned up and primered today. And I figured, instead of just painting it black, I decided to do something a little different. Maybe, like I said, maybe some people may think it's stupid. Maybe some people like it. But anyway, here it is. There it is, guys, gals. Took the tape today and spiraled it down the deal, and I painted it all white first, let it bake and dry in this breeze in the sun today for a few hours, and then I taped it off and did this both industrial colors, industrial Rust-Oleum industrial grade white and Rust-Oleum industrial grade gloss black. And then I got to go over the whole thing with that clear coat I showed you earlier in the video. And for the night before, because the sun's going down right over there, as you can see. Get that done. We got a nice breeze. It's supposed to be nice again tomorrow because I'm off tomorrow, including today. But let me know what you think. You think it looks goofy, or you think it looks cool, something different? I think it's just going to stay that way. I think, the only people that are going to see it is either when I take it to the tire shop to have the front end line when I rebuild the front end, or maybe the muffler shop, or just me when I get the when I have to swap out transmissions and stuff. Maybe I can get it up and get the brakes all finished up and get this all done up, and have somebody start the car up and put it in drive and watch that rotate. But anyway, rambled on long enough. Stay tuned for other stuff. Found the parts, some custom parts I was needing to finish up the shifter in the pickup. Be getting on that before too long. My plan is to at least get the brakes working, the drive shaft and stuff in, the transmission swapped out in the Valiant. That won't take long. Get the Valiant where I can drive it back and forth around the yard or up and down the neighborhood. Park it out of the way, get the truck moved down over on the other side in between where that flat spot in the yard is, between the hearse over there and the Valiant, so I can get this up on jack stands and blocks and the whole 9 yards and drop that stupid transmission. And I think it's going to be, when it's fully warmed up, whether it be in neutral or park or gear, it's got like a muffled metallic rubbing noise. You can just make it out, barely make it out. When you put it in neutral or park and you rev it up and let the RPMs come down, it makes the same noise but a little bit more metallic rubbing noise, and then it goes tick 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 tick. It's got a slight muffled tick noise. It goes tick tick tick, and then it mellows out again. I've already checked everything on the motor. It's not coming from the motor. I made sure I put the flex plate. I went from a regular factory flex plate to a B&M flex plate. I made sure I ordered the correct one. I put it on correct. I used the correct torque specs and Loctite on the bolts that go to the crankshaft through the flex plate. And then when I made sure the torque converter was fully engaged and I had to slide it up to meet the flex plate, I made sure the bolts were in the proper position, and I made sure the bolts were Loctited and torqued to factory specs that go through the flex plate to the torque converter. Made sure the starter wasn't making any noise. Checked it for a lot of other stuff. Checked for exhaust leaks. I believe it's something with the torque converter, because it was a cheap $175 Amco or some oddball factory replacement torque converter I got from the local transmission supply place. So we're gonna, when I drop that out, we're gonna find out if it's the torque converter or if it's something in maybe the pump. Maybe it's rubbing against that output shaft coming off the back of the torque converter. Maybe it's rubbing against something in there. I don't know, after it's fully warmed up, because of the expanding of the metals. And maybe that they didn't weld that tube in there at the correct length or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, I want to get that fixed. But anyway, I rambled on long enough. Stay tuned for more videos. Until next time.